Hello everyone, JE here on Awakening Dawn. How are you guys doing? Bringing you a video. I did a video a few weeks ago and it's in the description box on the COVID-19 coronavirus. And I told you guys that I would come back in a couple weeks to do another video. And I'm actually going to come back sometime the middle to the end of May and do the aftermath of COVID-19. So this is moving on, or where do we go from now type of reading during this pandemic. So a lot of us have been affected by this pandemic in many ways. Financially, we've been affected physically, mentally, spiritually, through the social distancing, in every way possible. You have been affected. We have been affected by this COVID-19, this pandemic. And ironically, I'm not an astrologer, of course. I'm not an astrologer, but as I was doing a little bit of digging and researching, and I, came upon, there's 4 planets that will be in retrograde, okay? One starting in the month of April. So April 25th, the planet Pluto will be going in retrograde. And I talk about that, and I did a video on Pluto retrograde. It's going to be in this description box as well. I also talk about Venus going in retrograde. I talk about Saturn going in retrograde and Jupiter going in retrograde. So it will be in the description box of this video, as well as along with the COVID-19 coronavirus, the first video that I recorded here. And in that video, it talked about, the different emotions, the confusion that we will experience, that we would have experienced through this crisis. So now this video is like, how do we move forward? How do we move on? And then we will have the aftermath, because not only are we in a global pandemic, but now we're getting ready to go into 4 planets in retrograde. Right, so I kind of talked about that in those videos. So again, if you're interested in that, and I would suggest that you listen to those videos. I'm not an astrologer, so I can't tell you where the planets are sitting and the distance between the sun and the planets and all that. I'm not that person, but I just shuffled and asked Spirit the energies around this retrograde in Saturn, with Pluto, with Jupiter and Venus, and then with this coronavirus, we want to know, where do we move from here, and then what is the aftermath. So I'll come back in a couple weeks, sometime the end of the month, and talk about the aftermath of COVID-19. Okay, so let's get into it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out the description box. If I didn't say so, I am JE. Thank you guys for being with me. So let's see what's going on. I'm pulling out 5 cards here for us, and we're going to talk about it. All right. So this COVID-19, where do we move from here? Let's do 3 more shuffles. Okay, also I do a meditation exercise with JE, so that is also in the description box. Make sure you check out the channel, because sometimes I upload them, but I'm trying to get to the point to where they're on one little thing and you could just click on it that way. So I try to add them to the description box. So check out the description box, guys, so that you'll know what's going on with the channel. Okay, but what's crowning this spread is the 4 of Wands. 4 Wands is crowning the reading of this. Where do we go from now? Well, where we're going from now with the 4 of Wands talks about being happy. It talks about moving up. So there's an ascension going on right now. There is a portal that I feel that is opening, bringing in help, beautiful energy. I feel like families are coming together stronger than ever, and I talk about that a lot with these retrogrades that's coming about. So, families are coming together, I'm feeling here. I'm also feeling like there's a lot of love and support from communities, diverse communities. I'm feeling like a pulling together with this 4 of Wands. So the 4 of Wands often talks about a celebration of something happy. So we are moving towards where things will reopen, okay? In the recent past, you have the Page of Swords. So this talks about, maybe they're ones that are trying to research things, they're trying to figure out a plan, and we all know they're trying to figure out solutions, right? With this Page of Swords, they're trying to figure out the best process, the solutions, and I feel like they're still trying to figure things out. With this page being a page, this is not the queen or the king. This is not even the ace where it talks about a breakthrough. This is the page. But recent past, they're trying to figure things out as to how to move forward, right? So it's not the king, it's not the queen, it's not the ace. I would even settle for the knight. But it's not that, it's the page. So we're at the beginning stages of which you see on the social media, of they're trying to figure out a plan. Okay, what has us in a stage of fear is the Page of Wands. Okay, so where they're at with this pandemic, where they're at with us moving forward, is the Page of Swords, which talks about they're still trying to figure things out. Nothing has been set in stone yet. You may see different states that are opening, but nothing's really set in stone yet. So it's still in the mix. It's still in the works, right? The fear is the Page of Wands. Many people have fear of starting over. So it's like starting over. The page talks about starting over, right? The page is something new. So some of you, it's about starting over. Where we're headed is the Three of Cups. So I love this because this Three of Cups with the Four of Wands tells me that there will be a celebration. There will be a reunion. There will be a releasing of the guards, so to speak. So we will not be in shutdown, what do you want to call it? Shackled. Shackled to my feet. Okay. We will not be shackled forever. Okay. So there will be a celebration, maybe in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. So maybe in the next 3 to 4 weeks. I remember saying, which 4 and 3 is 7. So I remember saying in the video before that it would be about 7 weeks. It doesn't mean that we're going back to the same thing. Don't get that twisted, because we're not going back to the way things were. It will never be the way things were. You can kind of see that now when you go into the supermarkets, when you go into the gas stations, when you go into restaurants, and you see the glass window there at the register. You see they have lines to kind of say, okay, you need to be here, you need to be here, you need to be here. You can see when you go to the the grocery store, and they have one way where you have people are not like running into each other. People are going one way in and they're coming another way out, but you're not colliding into each other. Some stores even allow only certain amount of people into the store. So it will not go back to the normal way just yet. It's a start. And the fear is of this new norm. A lot of people have fear of the new normal. Like, what is the new normal for us? But I do see that in about 3 to 4 weeks, where you will start seeing more of this reopening, so to speak, more leisure, so to speak, reunions of, so to speak. I'm seeing reunions of, so to speak. Okay. And the outcome is the Four of Swords. This talks about healing. Okay. So a lot of us, you have the Four of Wands crowning the reading. You have the Four of Swords as the outcome, so to speak. And this is talking about healing a nation, not just healing a community, but healing a nation. Okay. Healing a nation. So recent past, where we are moving forward, this is what this reading is, moving on, moving forward, right? We are still in the development stages of, as you see, of them trying to figure things out. And then the fear for us, the American people, is the Page of Wands, where we are fearful of this new norm. When you look around, you see it. You see things have changed drastically within the last month or so, right? But again, it's almost like, once the releasing of the guards or the shackles are removed from the feet, so to speak, there will be a sense of happiness, okay? But it's going to take many of us 4 weeks, maybe 4 months to get back things in order. What is the saying? They say 1 month of chaos, 1 month of not having income, 1 month of confusion takes 3 to 6 months to repair. And I believe that's true. I don't know if that's factual, but I believe there is some truth to it. Maybe not to the T, but I do. I feel like 1 month of not having money or stability, it takes time, definitely, to repair. And it may take you, beloved, about 4 weeks, 4 months to recover, okay? To heal from this. So it's still going to take some time to recover from this, okay? So over this Page of Swords, this is where they're in the trying to figure things out, situation. I do feel like they will figure out something, because you have people that are very forceful and they're pushing it. Whether it's the communities, people, you see that across the nation, where people in communities, some agree, some disagree that this is the right thing to do, but we're never going to agree on anything. This is America. This is the United States of America. We can't even agree on politics, right? We can't even agree on things that keep us in above. We can't agree on religion. We don't agree on clothes. We don't agree on hairdos. We don't agree on nothing. Let's just keep it 100. We really don't. We don't agree, right? So you're going to have some that are in disagreement of this moving forward type of situation. But you have some people, they're not going to stop because they want things to reopen, right? And they want to reopen because now they're in a state of fear as to, I got to get back to work. I got to get back to what I know. I got to get back to my life, right? So I do see where you have with the Six of Wands, people are pushing it. They're pushing it with the Six of Wands to come up with some type of plan to make this a reality. Over this Page of Wands, this fearful energy, because some of us have to start over, okay? And this Page of Wands is the Death card. So this is where we have to make many changes. Not one change, but there are many changes that are coming about from this pandemic, from this coronavirus, from this situation. There's many changes to this, okay? So in this, we have the Four of Wands that crowns this reading, which talks about happiness. It talks about feeling love, feeling support. So even though we have been in a pandemic, we have been in a crisis, right? You have felt support. You maybe have had people to say, hey, let me help you. Maybe you've tried to help other people. We've also had people across in different communities that have extended their hand in helping, in terms of making masks or whatever they could do to try to show that they want to show some sort of support. You have people that are trying to do what they can do in their limited situations. They're trying to do what they can do. So we've had support. We will have support. We still have support even when we feel failed by the powers to be. You read between the lines. Even when you feel failed by the powers to be. And I'm not talking about God. Oh no. You've had communities come together to try to help in this situation, right? And so now with the Three of Cups and the Two of Swords, it's about, what do I do at this point? How do I get myself back to a happy place? How do I rebuild? How do I move on from this? How do I move forward from this? How do I pick up what I have and continue to move forward? Okay? How do I pick up what I have and continue to move forward? So the Four of Swords talks about healing, taking a rest. Some of us we had to take a break. We had to take a rest. We were forced to take leave from a job maybe in the month of April with the Four of Swords here. So in the fourth month, we may have had to take a leave, a rest of some sort. So now it's about figuring out how to get back out there into the real world, how to, turn this thing around, how to repair what I've lost, how to gain what I've lost. Okay. It's about that. Some of you may have to be very methodical. This is a methodical brother here, very astute, very wise. So this is where you may even have to get with a planner. If you're not one of this caliber, you may have to get with someone that's a planner, and organized, someone that is wise to help you, push you, get to a place where you can get back on your feet. Okay, beloved. So over this moving forward with this King of Swords type of mentality, he's very smart, very intellectual, very intuitive, in tune to what's right and what's political. It's the difference between being political and being prideful and unfair. But then there's another side of political that is for the people. And I feel like some of us will see that energy moving towards the next few weeks. Okay. Also in this healing phase moving forward, okay, through this crisis, you also have the Four of Wands coming out again. So I do feel like even though it has been a struggle for many people, and I often said, I said on one of the videos that I recorded for the retrogrades that I was going to share my own experiences that I went through in the COVID-19. Okay. And what I want to open up to many of you is to write your experience. Email me at awakeningdawn44@gmail.com. I'm not going to say your name or anything of that sort, but I'm going to read your experience, and then we're going to have Q&A. We're going to have questions, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to do a night where we talk about it, and I have to figure out how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. And so, but yes, I want you to email me your experience, but I'm going to talk about my experience, and I'm probably going to do it sometime. Let me see. Today is Monday. I can't believe it's Monday. I'll probably do it Wednesday, and I'll launch the video Wednesday. And then that gives you guys time to email me, I'll wait for like 7 days or so, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about it. Okay? We'll talk about it. So definitely, and what I'll do, I'll have a way where I'm posting the video, and I wish I could figure out how to go live. Maybe by that time when I do reread them, we can go live that way we're on live. So maybe I'll do it that way where I can figure out how to do this thing live. When they changed this format, guys, it just messed me up altogether. I used to be able to go live back in the day on my old channel, Essence of Awakening. Not in the recent, but way sometime in the long time ago. Okay. And when they change things here on YouTube, it's just, it just messed me up. So I got to try to figure out how to go live. That way we can do the Q&A. But definitely, I'm going to share my own personal experiences. I want to be authentic with you as to what I dealt with, what I faced, how it made me feel. And then I want you to share yours by emailing me at awakeningdawn44@gmail.com. I'm going to read the emails, and I may even pull a card for you, through your journey, and pull a card, maybe 2 cards during that experience. Now, if I'm inundated, we'll have to figure out another way to do it, because I want to be able to reach out to all of you some kind of way. Okay, so anyway, moving forward from this COVID-19. So there is good news coming. All right. So I want you to know there's fear right now in the center of this reading, the Page of Wands. This is the fear card talks about starting over with the Page of Wands. Like, how do I get back up and start over? How do I start over from this? How do I move forward? Because many people have lost jobs. So Spirit, let's talk about those that have lost income moving forward. Those that have lost income. What would you like to share with those that have lost money or income finances? Because we have the Four of Wands here, Spirit. We have the Three of Cups here. We have the Four of Swords. Yes, we do. So what can we share with the people as to moving forward and in terms of their career, their money, their finances? One more. I love it. The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a yes card. The Nine of Pentacles is a faith card. Believe in what you put out. So you may put out there and post out 9 different jobs, but there's somebody going to reach back out to you and offer you an opportunity. So don't fret. Don't worry. Okay. There will be an opportunity for you to recover, all right? Recover what you have lost. So don't fret. I talk about this in the, I think it was in the Saturn retrograde, because Saturn deals with career and money. So make sure you listen to those videos. Maybe something in there, I can't remember everything that was said and all the cards that came up in that, but make sure you listen to those, because at this time, this is a time when we're trying to rebuild, repair, redo something, coming out of a global crisis. So coming out of the global crisis is like it's so unique and profound to me how we're in a global pandemic, a crisis, and then in the middle of this global crisis, we're going into 4 planets going retrograde. And when we go retrograde, it's basically saying we need to go back and redo something. So when element of Venus, talking about planet Venus, Venus rules relationships, how we relate to one, how one relates to us. Maybe it's a time in a season to go back and repair relationships. When we talk about the Pluto is the planet where it talks about death, fear, money, secrets, a test of one's beliefs and faith. It also is an awakening moment, spiritual awakening moment. So definitely we have been tested by that, right? So make sure you listen to that video. But we definitely have been tested by that. And now we have to go back and redo some things. Maybe this thing has shaken up our belief system, how we look at things, how we view things. Now we need to be better prepared. So in the future, because this is not the first crisis, nor will it be the last crisis, okay? Then we have the planet Saturn going retrograde, which talks about career. It talks about challenges. It talks about one's life, the structure of one's life. It talks about boundaries of one's life. It talks about difficult situations, how to organize, or if you're not organized, getting a grip in a struggling situation. And then we have the planet Jupiter, which talks about big dreams, wishes. It also talks about philosophy, law, religion, foreign cultures, long distance travel. A lot has been challenged, with traveling with the cruise ships. I had a cruise I was supposed to attend, right? And couldn't go on that cruise because of this pandemic, which I'm not upset about it. I'd rather not be on it than to go. So again, I want to talk about our own personal experiences, beloved. And so we'll see what comes up about that. But yeah, so this retrograde, how to me it's spiritual, because we're going in a retrograde. Well, now we have to go back and redo things and look at things. Things were shaken up. We got to go back and look at something, do something that affected us in our finances, in our beliefs. It affected our church system and everything that we need in this life. Church, money, housing, our faith, our family. It affected everything. So now we got to go back and redo some things so that in the next crisis we are prepared. I said this in a video. I don't remember which video in the retrograde. It might have been in the Pluto or the Saturn. I don't remember. And I don't know what towns or cities and states this is in replica tour for, but in some of the country in southern states, they had, in some of these states, where there was prone to tornadoes and storms, they would have this underground tunnel or housing or cellar or whatever you want to call it, and you out there and you in the farm, and honey, and all tornado coming or something coming, and you go and you open this big old door it's built in the ground, and they go down there, but in there they have food, they have things to keep them warm, keep them alive, they have things that they're prepared, right? They're prepared for the storm. So these retrogrades is helping you to go back and look at things in perspective, to put them in perspective, as well as redeem certain things, as well as forgive, as well as to repair, restore, right? I can keep going on, you get the picture, in order to prepare yourself in the next situation. I mentioned in the Saturn retrograde video, there's no way that you should have one source of income coming in. You should have rivers of income flowing in to that one depth of sea. Whatever the depth of sea you are, you should have other rivers flowing in to that depth of sea. Because remember what I said, 1 month of not getting money, it may take you 3 to 4 months, they say, to repair or replenish that money, right? So over the money, career, finances, we have the 9 of coins, which talks about, yes, having faith. You will put out seeds, maybe 9 different, businesses or offers of some sort, but there will be a restoring and recovering of this, and it will be in abundance. Your life is changing. Spirit is saying your life is changed. Your life has changed. Your life is changing, and your life has changed, right? It's changing and it's changed. But you have a sudden revelation that offers a sense of freedom. Break free from procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that the change has bring. So now we can't wallow in what has happened. We got to move forward, because that's what this is about. Moving on, moving forward as to what's to come. So I do see where many of you will find work, okay? If you have lost housing, right? If you lost housing due to this. Housing for those, Spirit, okay? Some of you may be with a loved one. You may have moved in with a lover, with a loved one. You may have to help someone until you get back on your feet, or someone may be helping you until you get back on your feet. But I feel like the doors have been opened for you. So even in this, I feel like there would be a restoration in this, okay? So if you lost income, if you lost housing, I see a restoring of that. And this could be why the 4 of Wands, which is a joyful card, the 3 of Cups, which is a joyful card, has come out. And then you have the Lovers, and you have the 9 of Pentacles. So yes, your life has changed, but it's almost like an awakening. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. It's like an awakening dawn. Awakening dawn, a new morning. Old things have passed away. The new things are to come. So yes, we went through some tragedy. Yes, we went through a triumph. Yes, we went through a season that has truly shaken up some things. But just like those people went in the cell, and they might have worked on preparing for this for months, decades, so that when that storm comes, they have that safe haven. So now that you know what we are up against the mass, against the mass, it's time for you to make better course of actions for yourself. If you were one where you only had one source of income, you may need to figure out how to invest. I mentioned this in the Saturn, I think, video. Maybe getting, like, if you lose your career, is there a particular of insurance to have, like loss of income insurance that you can have? But figuring out better ways for your life, because again, beloved, it says change your life. Definitely change your life. Okay. So I appreciate you. This is where we're moving from now. So I do see happiness. I do see where they're still planning. So that's not a lie. They are still trying to figure things out as to what's going on, what's to come. I see where there is fear, because I asked Spirit, in the state of fear, in the position of fear, what will you show me? And you have the Page of Wands. So I do see where we are in fear. But don't fear, because what's crowning you is the Four of Wands, which tells me that you're covered. It's going to be okay. The outcome is the Three of Cups as well as the Four of Swords, which tells me that we still have to heal. We still have to repair. And as we repair and as we go through these retrogrades, this is going to give us a time. It's not going to be easy. I didn't say easy, but it's going to make you more aware of your new normal. Okay? Your new normal. Yeah, it's going to make you more aware, more conscientious of your new normal. So, it's going to be okay. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through it. Absolutely, we are going to get through this. And I'm hoping to record my video on my personal experience to share with you. And then if you would like to share your personal experience, I will do a video where I'm reading off some experiences. And maybe if there's many, maybe I'll do like 4 each week, or every couple days I'll do 4, and then give you guys time to respond or say what you have to say, and then I'll come back. I think I have a kind of way I want to do it. Thank you, Spirit. So I have a way I want to do it. So we'll see if it works. But I'll come and share my experience on Wednesday. So I look forward to uploading that video for you guys on Wednesday. So be well, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you would like to contact me, how to do that is in the description box. awakeningdawn44@gmail.com. Take care, guys.